That's right. The Phoenix Suns are once again without a head coach, firing Mike Budenholzer today, which is going to make their fourth head coach in 4 years. So, as we take a look at this, and obviously the news came out earlier today. It was Shams Charania who broke the news. What time was it coming out? Let's see.
Early.
9:02 a.m.
Yep.
Breaking: the Phoenix Suns have fired head coach Mike Budenholzer after finishing 11th place with a 46-36 record in one season, sources tell ESPN. He added a year after 49 wins, the 6th seed, and the number 13 ranked defense. The Suns plummeted to third worst in the NBA in defense and went 10-18 after the All-Star break. For the third straight offseason, the Phoenix Suns are changing coaches. So when you hear that, when you see the notification pop up, this is kind of standard operating procedure relative to questions that I asked Suns Geek after all these big moves happen, whether it's a Bradley Beal move or acquiring Kevin Durant or firing Monty Williams or firing Frank Vogel or hiring Mike Boone. When you see that notification come in, what goes through Suns Geek's mind?
Not surprised at all, and sort of a little bit of mixed emotions, but I will start off my thoughts by saying something that I actually tweeted earlier, which was I have been wrong about many, many things the past 2 seasons, and Mike Budenholzer was one of them. There's part of me that kind of wanted to maybe see, like, maybe we should have hung on to him just in case, but now that everything's come out, now that the story is more in the public, and like people know that there was disagreements between him and Devin Booker, the lack of communication and really getting through to the players. And then, Chris Haynes, like a few hours ago, dropped something about Bradley Beal and like comparing him to Drew Holiday and how he took that offensively. And not even that. That's really big. I mean, when you feud with the franchise player, you're pretty much gone. But I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. The games speak for themselves. Consistently losing by double digits or losing by like 20 or 25 night in and night out was absolutely embarrassing. So even if I at one point wanted to keep Mike Budenholzer one more year, it wasn't going to happen. It was a massive failure, huge disappointment. But again, I woke up this morning, checked my phone. I was like, oh, Mike Budenholzer got fired. Cool. Like,
yeah,
I'm not surprised. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, some things you kind of feel and are coming down the pipe. And on Bright Side of the Sun, I already had my coach Mike Budenholzer is fired shell of an article written. I was just waiting for the Shams tweet to come through.
Yep.
And I literally, that came out this morning at 9:02, I said. By 9:07, I had a full-length 1,000-word piece published on Bright Side of the Sun about Mike Budenholzer being fired because we knew it was coming. And I'm with you, and I'm sure a lot of Suns fans would agree that after Frank Vogel last year, we felt that the team under his tutelage didn't take the next step that we thought they should, especially considering you had Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. And so, and these are cases that you and I made and things that I've written about. I thought that Budenholzer was going to be an improvement.
Yep.
Because we looked at Frank Vogel and we go, okay, defensive coach who is coaching a bunch of really, really good offensive players, and we're not who we should be. And you look at last year, and it made sense, right? Like they were the fifth in the NBA in 3-point shooting percentage, but like 22nd in 3-point attempts. And we're like, okay, there's an opportunity there. And so Mike Budenholzer comes in, and with it comes excitement. With it comes another coach with a championship pedigree, and somebody who brought with him a system that we believed would complement this Phoenix Suns team, and technically it did. This team shot more three-pointers than they ever have in the history of the organization by 16%.
That's awesome.
They shot 3,100 threes. The next highest amount of three-pointers was a couple of seasons ago where they shot like 2,700.
Yeah.
From a overall 3-point rate standpoint, 44% of the Suns' shots this year were from beyond the arc. That is the highest ever in the history of the franchise. But the defense was so void. This team was so disconnected on the defensive end, constantly and consistently. And with rumors that we'll get into, and you mentioned earlier from Chris Haynes on some of the things that went down behind the scenes that I think we were all kind of assuming were occurring, and were privy to some of the information that came out. it quickly was an instance in which there was a realization that, yeah, Mike Budenholzer ain't the guy. You know, we can have a debate about whether or not James Jones needs to go, but I don't think there was much of a debate about keeping Mike Budenholzer. Now, I'll ask you this. Obviously, people understood and expected that Mike Budenholzer would be gone as soon as today, and it played true to form. Only head coach, mind you, who's been fired today. Only
Right.
okay.
Yep.
So kind of says something unto itself.
Yep.
So it's not unexpected. The only case really that anybody could make for keeping Mike Budenholzer is the fact that it just gives the Suns a bad look. That the anybody who's applying for a job here knows that this is like a win fucking now
Yeah.
situation.
Yep.